everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and welcome to Glenda's Dragon's Den. Tonight, we were expecting a phenomenal guest, Bill Hammond, but unfortunately, he is getting storms and is unable to get online. So, I'm just going to do a question and answer, tell you guys all about the upcoming stuff, and also maybe somebody pops up here and there, so we'll have a good time. So if you have a question, though, anything really that you have seen or you want to know about what's coming up or anything like that, just type it in the chat and we'll discuss it. But what I do want to let you know is that I am hosting, as of July 8th, Cosmic Conversations in the Conscious Awakening Network. Um, and that is going to happen as a podcast that I will have a whole bunch of different guests. Uh, and it's going to occur starting July 8th at 7:30 Eastern. So 1 hour. And I will be sending out, as also with Conscious Awakening Network, they will be sending out emails to anybody who signed up to get their emails. Um, the link, because you do have to pre-register for Zoom if you want to be there present. But if you just want to watch and join the actual chat room, that's different. Of course, you could do that, where you usually watch, including Conscious Awakening Network on YouTube and on the website. So for those that are here, oh, I got one of my students here who is coming in to chat with me because, nobody wants to leave me alone. No, they can't.
Hello again.
Hi, Ashley. How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. You look good. You look refreshed.
I'm very refreshed. Straight to quick dress, and here I am.
Okay. But things happen, and
Hmm.
this is normal, right? When you go live.
Oh yeah.
I was just telling the audience about the Cosmic Conversations on Tuesday night that
Yeah.
I am the host of, starting July 8th for a year. And, so will be, all of us will be telling everyone. And so if you're interested in definitely keeping up, you could go to Conscious Awakening Network .org to sign up, or you could let me know, message me, and I will, of course, share all the links with you. Plus, if also all these links along the way, also because I do have other stuff going on. I
Hmm.
do have Glenda's Dragons Den. I have channeling messages from the councils of light, Council of Nine, Council of 12, so on, so on, so on. Whatever light being wants to show up at any given moment, and that's on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then I do Reiki sessions um, on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. So,
Tomorrow.
oh, yes, 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 yes,
Not too
tomorrow.
late, guys.
Not
Not
too
too late.
late to come. Not too late to come. Um, I have a beautiful class, which is also an activation for empaths. It's a
Mm.
protection activation and clearing event. And you're an empath when you walk into
Yes.
a store and it's crowded, or there's a whole bunch of people and you just feel overwhelmed all of a sudden. Or you
Hmm.
walk by somebody and they're sad, and all of a sudden you feel sad and you don't even know why. This activation will help you from this point on, um, not take on that energy. So it makes like a force field, basically.
I'm
It
so
creates.
excited. That is
Yeah.
such a hard thing to do because, like, sometimes I'll look at people and I like want to start crying because you
Yeah.
can feel their pain so strong. There used to be a show I used to watch called The Vampire Diaries when I was younger, and they could
Oh,
cut their
I
humanity switch
love
off.
I love
And I
that.
used to be like, why can't we have a magical switch and be like, you know what, I don't want to feel today? Like, click, okay, I'm all butterflies. No, screw it.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of Vampire Diaries for that.
So maybe
So
Glenda will teach us that switch tomorrow.
that is on 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're
Yes.
interested in that, it's on my wall. It's all over the place. And if you're really interested and you can't find it, contact me and I'll send you the link to register. Now it is on Zoom and it is in person. So
Hmm.
those people that are lucky enough to be close enough to come in person, I tell you, there's nothing better than being there in person. Not that
Mm.
it isn't that it's really that much different. I shouldn't say that. But the interaction of the energy with everybody else in the room
Yeah,
is a little different. That's all.
that does make a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, you
You know,
feel it.
and not only that, you don't have the interruptions of your household.
Yeah.
Have the interruptions of your job because some people have done this while they're working. They take their lunch break to do it. I'm like, okay.
It's
So
like cram then, you know.
yeah, crammed in. So it's sometimes a little, not that great.
Mhm.
And then 2 weeks from tomorrow, I have Arcturian Stargate activation, which is going to awaken the inner eye, not just your
Ooh.
third eye, but the inner eye that's behind that. And
Ooh.
the eye of all knowing, and it's directed, it has been channeled by me by Arcturian beings that have decided that it is time that I bring all the stuff that I have channeled
Mhm.
into classes and into activations and let you guys really take those next higher steps and get get faster to that three
Yeah.
ascension. This is all about ascension. This is all about learning. This is all about surviving. Because, like tomorrow, for example, once I activate everybody, they basically have to just do it every morning. You know, say it's on, and basically, I will give you the words to say and all that. And you walk out, and you will know that somebody's having a rough day.
Mhm.
You're not taking on their emotions
Ooh,
because
I'm
that's
excited.
their baggage.
Mhm.
And then once it gets stuck to you, it becomes your energy, your negative energy attachment, and you won't be
Yeah.
able to let go of it easy. So
Mhm.
that's our biggest problem. um,
Yes.
but now I will tell you, today's the guest that we were supposed to have today will be on next week. And they're going to make it no matter what, even if they have to go far to someplace else, because they're going to be traveling, but they're going to make it, and we're going to get that done, and they're going to love it. They loving it. They were so disappointed.
Mhm.
That's why I was a little late. We're trying to get them to just see how their internet was working, and we're conversing. Okay, I don't understand why it's making you do this, and they're like, we never
Mhm.
had to do this, and I know it's like
I
it
feel
was
like
crazy.
the internet has been wonky for a lot of people lately. It's like something like I don't know if it's like solar flares or something is making the
Well,
internet wild.
we've been having solar flares, and we're having planet conjunction type of,
Ah,
and then we've also been having a lot of negative, or a lot of energy waves. Let's just say that.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So every single time there's an energy wave, like a tsunami, it
Mhm.
kind of brings down a lot of stuff. And then once it goes back down to the ocean, and the water recedes, it everything starts to clear up again. So it's kind of like the same thing. Um, so I also want to tell you that on July 31st, for those that are around Pennsylvania or just want to travel, I'm going to be doing a gallery at the uh, Yeah. Oh my God. At a theater. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am losing it today. Don't mind me. It's those energy
It's
waves.
that wave.
It's that wave. It's that wave. I'm telling you, it's just like, you wave and you go, hey, bye. How you doing? Anyway, it's
You can't cut that switch off.
no, I just can't today. I am like,
Is it
wow.
the Shawnee, right? The
Yes,
Shawnee?
the
Yeah.
Shawnee. Thank you. The Shawnee Playhouse, and it's in Shawnee by the Delaware in Pennsylvania. And it's all going to them. That is to raise money to keep that theater going. It is an older theater, an older building with a lot of history. The
Mm-hmm.
mafia used to go there from New York a lot. So,
Ooh.
of course, there's a lot of ghost stories. A few down in the in the hallways going out the downstairs doors. Around there, there's a lot of residual, let's get rid of this person energy.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes, it's very
So it's
interesting.
gonna be a
Beautiful,
spooky
very.
night.
Oh, spooky night. And I'm also doing it on October 31st there again.
That's so cool. So the
Yes.
the energy
So
is just
I'm
stronger.
I'm going to be, of course, I'm thinking of getting dressed completely in witchy style.
Yeah.
Like with the witch's hat and the whole thing, but we'll see.
That would be so cool.
Hey, we got to come up with things to keep us going,
I
right?
I love this because I love it when, especially like as an investigator, I love going to places where the money is going back because we have to preserve those
Yeah,
buildings because once they're gone, that's it. That
thank
history
God.
is, I mean, the
And
imprint's there, but the it's gone.
it's gone. And it's older building.
Mm-hmm.
They run basically by the shows that they do in donation,
Mm-hmm.
and even their tickets are not that expensive. So it's something very interesting, and I like it because they provide such good entertainment. Like they just had cats, and like it's so cool to be able to
That
see
is
something
cool.
in a theater, small theater in near your own backyard,
Yeah.
instead of having to go to the cities, New York City, Philadelphia, or anything like that. And it was really cool, really
And
cool.
it's
So,
to see a ghost would even sweeten the deal.
well, there is a couple of ghosts, okay, that
Yeah.
that when I was doing this last year,
Mm-hmm.
also for charity for them, um, they kept turning on the lights,
Ah.
the spotlight on, off, making it different colors. And
Ooh.
then we got two bats.
Ah.
Two bats came in. I'm like, okay, I don't mind this light. The
Yeah,
bats
the
gotta
bats
go.
gotta go over there. No bats
No
over
bats.
there.
No bats today. So,
Mm-mm, no, they be carrying the
um,
stuff. I'm like, no, thank you. My blood
yeah,
stays in here.
exactly. So, and I am, for those that don't know Ashley, she runs her own podcast. She's
Mm.
also, which you could say the name. Go ahead, Ashley.
It's called Uncharted Realms on the Riff Nation Network every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
There,
this week is The Woman in White from all around the world. So it's going to be pretty
there you go. By the way, just for your little FYI,
cool.
there's a street in Totowa, New Jersey, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is called something else now because they changed all the names. There is a woman in white
Ooh.
on a tree right next on the street that is next to a cemetery.
Ooh.
So this woman in white, when you drive at night on certain days, you could see her coming out of the tree and walking in front of the car
Oh my goodness.
completely in white.
Now I gotta
I
look up how many hours of a drive this is because I need to come see her like live from Uncharted Realms. Do you imagine? They would tell me I'm faking it, but you know.
Yeah, that's okay. People are
But
going to say
it's gonna be
whatever.
really good. I'm even gonna talk about the Aztec goddess that resembles a woman in white, and I'm really excited.
Oh, good. Very
But I'm gonna
good.
check that out. New Jersey. I'm gonna write that down. And check that out. Oh,
Yes,
that's exciting.
yes. Yeah, so we're doing that. You're definitely doing that because you have to. I'm a Jersey girl, and
Hmm.
I have, you know, I'm gonna have you research the New Jersey Devil and all that
Yes,
other stuff.
I love
And,
that one.
yeah, so
It's a lot
but
of
I
history up there. A
yeah.
lot of history.
So for those that don't know, she graduated recently, just this week,
Yes.
basically officially,
Hmm.
uh, as a intuitive tarot certified intuitive tarot reader.
Hmm.
Uh, the class that I taught that was supposed to be 18 months, and due to snowstorms and many difficulties, it took close to 24 months.
Mm.
So your class had a lot of delays.
It did, but it was
Eh,
so like, guys, I can tell you, it's so detailed. So think about a single card, and she like broke it down to the possibility for every type of reading, and it was so cool. And then we had homework and readings, and like I feel so good about the cards now because of all
Yeah,
that time.
and then of course, now she doesn't feel so bad reading me.
No, I still do.
You-
Don't know.
You're getting better at it. You're getting
I
at
still
it.
shake in my boots when she's like, "Read me." I'm like, "Do I have to?"
She was so cool on Tuesday when I said, I know you passed already, but why don't you just do the Celtic Cross complete reading? And she's like, uh.
You guys, come on now. It's Glenda, and you got to tell her what's going to happen. You're looking like, do I say this?
No, no. And what did I always tell you? You say
Yes.
the truth. You don't kill the person, but you do say the truth. Because
Yes.
whatever the cards tell you to say is what you're supposed to say. That's all. That shows that you have integrity, and it shows that you are connected with the cards, which the cards are delivering the energy from the person you're reading.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the tool that you're using, because everything is a
Yes.
tool. So,
Yeah, I love it.
um,
Like, I've never even looked in the book.
oh
I
yeah,
feel good
no, I
talking.
tell everybody throw the book away.
I think we threw it in the trash the first day, in fact.
Yeah, it was. You see that little book you guys have? Uh-huh. Throw it out right now. Because it's going to confuse you, and you're not going to get intuitively connected to your cards, and it's just going to confuse everything. So, um, so I have a lot of classes coming up where one Thursday night is going to be mediumship, and where we practice all types of psychic and mediumship gifts and abilities, and basically is evidential. So we bring down the evidence for whoever's sitting in the class, because what
Hmm.
happens in the class stays in the class. And then what we're doing is, so we have one Thursday that, and then another Thursday is going to be another activation, guided by the other side, whether it's the light beings, whether it's galactic family, whether it's um, ghosts, whatever you want to call archangels, anybody who's not in this realm that talks to me. My spiritual team is always says I have a choice, and I do. I have a choice whether to do it or not. But here's the choice: you either get to point B from A this way or this way. It's basically the easy way that we show you, or the
Hmm.
hard way. So, but you still get there. And I
Right.
did sign up. I did make that. At the age of 2, I made the commitment to do whatever divine creator, God, whatever anybody wants to call it, that
Right.
beautiful energy, that oneness energy, um, to serve in order for the highest good of humanity. So,
Yeah. Could you
with
imagine two
that being
years
said,
old?
yeah,
Like 2 years old
well,
signing up?
2 years old. The day before I was 2 years old, they cured me. That I was able to walk, which I was determined not to be able to walk at all.
Yeah.
I could never crawl. All I did was sit. That was it. And all of a sudden here I am walking around. So,
Mm.
um,
Those miracles are
you kind of
amazing.
yeah, and then you kind of say, what? You did me a favor. Okay, what can I do for you? And they explained it to the 2 year old the best as they could.
Hmm.
Um, of course, now looking back, they used light language,
Yeah.
so and that was my first class in light language,
Do you
so to
think?
speak.
Do you think when it comes to light language, I mean, obviously you don't prepare; it just comes through you.
Right.
But do you think there's anything for people that want to learn, like to help them, like work that muscle or whatever it's called, to where they can eventually get to that point where it's just like flowing like you do it?
Well, it's basically channeling. So
Hmm.
you channel what they say through you, and um, there is no dictionary that you could look up and oh,
Hmm.
that syllable means this and that other stuff. Although it does come close to ancient Egypt hieroglyphics.
Ooh.
Um, so there is some similarity when I see it, all the symbols and all that to
Hmm.
create the words, I guess I would say, the sounds.
Right.
I see similarity in that. Actually, I have a book that was given to me, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I'm looking through that and I'm like, oh, this is very close. Oh, yeah, I see
Oh
this. And
wow.
yeah, so it's very interesting how everything, and those books just appeared
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere. A student of mine who comes whenever she can, which is hardly ever because she's always working,
Right.
and she just says, I was told to give you these. My
That's
son
amazing.
gave me these books to give to you. Now, I don't really know her son, but
Hmm.
it's amazing how it just comes to you when the student is ready, the information will come. That's right.
Hmm.
Even if it's the mentor, whether it's the books, right, whatever. Right now, there's a lot of people going through, I would say, a rough spot.
Right.
Energy's going all over the place.
Hmm.
Everybody just feeling things that they're not used to. Hearing your own little team giving you more
Hmm.
messages,
Lots of
waking you up,
dreams.
lots of dreams, waking you up in the middle of the night. Um,
Their favorite guys, their favorite.
oh, yeah.
Just,
You have no idea how many times I haven't done the Jersey Girl symbol, which is middle finger up in the air, and said, "Not tonight, Satan." Yes, I know I
Yeah.
use that word, but and it's not Satan, people. It's just
No.
that I was so tired. Okay, that
I just have
I
no regard for sleep. That's
no
all,
regard.
guys.
They forget that I'm still human.
Or
That I'm.
showers, I'm getting a
Oh
shower
no,
and all of a sudden they want to talk now. And I'm like,
yeah,
I have kids. This is my moment.
yeah. No,
My
I
moment.
usually say my bathroom, my area. So if you're in here, you're trespassing. Get out.
Yeah. I'm in the shower and they're like giving me out downloads. I'm like, "Ugh, come on,
No,
guys."
no, come on, come on. No, 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 no. That's not good. That is
Yeah.
not good. I don't agree with them waking you up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Unless you work in the middle of the night, okay, then that's your daytime per se. But
Right.
wherever you are, you should be able to sleep during dark hours.
Hmm. Can you is there a number we can call? Because I need you to tell my team that, please.
I know.
Just, you know.
I honestly think we need to create another 8 hours in the day, and
Yeah.
that would be our do not disturb sleep time.
Yeah. I think we need
You,
a spirit team meeting,
yeah, round table meetings.
concerns,
Yeah,
suggestion box.
yeah. I believe we should do that. I think it's about time we start requesting, like in the old jobs they had the suggestion boxes,
Hmm.
requesting sleep.
Hmm. I don't know. When I start requesting things, like things kind of go haywire. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and wake up for you. you know, just they're like they're usually like hold my beer. Like I'm gonna show you. Yeah, you want it? Watch this.
Well, I think your team and my team, and a few others like Deb's, um, they're in the bar. They're all taking turns.
I
Who
agree.
who takes the smallest take?
They're probably saying, "Can we refund her?" Anybody want to step in? Sublets, whatever it's called.
Sublease.
We are done with her. I'm pretty sure they've said that.
Like walk-ins.
Uh-huh.
they
Yeah.
they request
Switch
a
out,
replacement.
we'll try again next life, just let's let her, because me, I'm like, you gotta go around the elbow to get to it. And they'll give you a message and I'm like, but what about?
Yeah.
And they're
I
like, okay.
I argue with all of them except one.
Ah,
One, I will not.
yeah.
And when my my dear closest buddy Gabriel comes in,
Mm,
I just like, okay, what
yeah.
is it that you wanted again? What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, absolutely, no problem,
Yes, sir.
absolutely. But I made that mistake once,
Yeah.
and it's not that um I do it on purpose. I am just, curious. So I like to know more about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And not really arguing per se. I'm doing my defense l- speech here, okay? Not
Mm-hmm.
really in argumentative state or anything. It's just that, you
Just
know,
a little
I'm
bit.
I, I'm a little curious. That's all. And my other side, the Gemini girl, oof, she gets a lot curious.
You're
So
passionate.
passionate, yes,
That's what
yes,
is
that's a
used
good.
around here a lot. You're passionate.
You're passionate about that subject. Yes, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, definitely. Now, so for those that are going through those rough patches right now, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find some time to meditate, some
Yeah.
time to go outside that it isn't stormy, because let's face it, this whole year has been,
Yeah. The
or
weather's
now we're
wild.
going to go to 100-degree weather,
Yes.
and warnings, heat uh, warnings. So do your best to get outside, even if it's for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe that fresh air and let your whole psyche realign.
Yes.
It's very important. um Now, what else? I was had something to say.
I also like to say, while you're getting that when you're starting out on your journey, a lot of times it comes in puzzle pieces. I think a lot of people think that all of a sudden they're gonna be like, okay, you do this, this is how you do it, right? Just like this. But no, it's usually like a piece here and a piece here, and you gotta like, like figure it out. So don't get
Well, because
discouraged.
that whole thing of free will,
Yeah,
you know, when I
that's
used
my
to be
beef.
woken up in the middle of the night to go somewhere, you
Mm-hmm.
know, thank God they waited at least until the kids were a little older, that,
Yeah,
they were of age that I could leave them alone or with a significant other at that point.
yeah,
I could just go, they would say, just go to a Dunkin' Donuts, because, in those times, Dunkin' Donuts were open 24 hours a day, people. None of
right.
this unheard of closing at 8, 9 o'clock at night. Um, and you used to be able to walk in there, and most likely whoever you were supposed to try to talk to and try to help them out and get them noticed. But
Mm-hmm.
you know
Those are the beautiful moments when you know that you've helped somebody. Like I've talked to people and they're like, I really needed this. I don't know how you already knew this. And
yeah,
I'm like, I don't really know how I did either. It just came to me. But it's so beautiful. It's inspiring. It's like, wow, it kind of proves that there is more.
right, and that you're on the right path,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, but you are following your team's advice. You're letting the energy of oneness and togetherness and all that help that
Mm-hmm.
person, because if that person needed to hear, you're being heard today, this
Mm-hmm.
is your safe space,
Right.
you know
You could just saved their whole life. You
right,
never know what they were gonna do.
you never know, and especially in these times, this is
Yes.
it's getting a little tricky to navigate, even going to the store to navigate that.
Yeah. It's
That's
scary.
that's why all those Instacart and Grubhub and all those
Mm-hmm.
things are getting so big
Mm-hmm.
because
They want
people
to feel
just
safe.
order and they don't want to go out. They
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to go out and
Because
deal with
you don't know anymore. Like going to the store could turn to a tragedy these days.
it. Yeah, like that kid that there's a Amber Alert, the
Mm-hmm.
4-year-old that's
Yeah.
close by you, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
that.
In Virginia.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well,
So
he went north, so he left Virginia and went north. I'm not sure. I
right.
think they found him though. I
Yeah,
hope they found him.
I haven't heard the found part. I've been
Oh, okay.
hearing the Amber Alerts on my phone, so I knew
Yeah.
that he was up this way
Ah,
because
yeah, yeah.
otherwise they wouldn't be including this area of
Right.
Pennsylvania. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can't, So there it goes. You never know,
Mm-hmm.
and especially right now when people are just at the end,
Mm-hmm.
they're losing it. There's just it's not as easy as it was before COVID hit and everything
Yeah.
else hit. So.
Yeah, because now things are expensive. It's scary. You don't know what next day is gonna bring. So
Mhm.
it's
So
important.
all I can say is, continue on your path. If
Mm-hmm.
you if you cannot take classes with somebody, do things that you can do. You can listen
Mm-hmm.
to good music. Don't get the news.
Frequency.
Frequency, yes,
And
very
YouTube
true.
is free.
Yes, it is. Yes, if you didn't pay an account, you might have to hear a few commercials and certain things, but
Yeah.
that's okay. It's your time to go to the bathroom and come back. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Use
I
that
think,
time for
well,
that.
Spotify, you have to pay for the premium, but yeah, a lot of them have frequencies now that you can just put in and just sit with
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. So, and um, that's all that anybody can do
Mm-hmm.
is do your best at any given moment. Now, just want to give you a little story. A lot of people have asked me how am I a grandmaster in Reiki?
Mm.
Because there are a lot of courses where you just go, you take, class grandmaster attunements from the fifth level to the 20 or the 19th level, all in one shot, and all this other stuff.
Right.
I had classes and attunements for over 3 years with a mentor. So it wasn't boom, 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 that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to prove that I had the right frequencies for every level,
Mm-hmm.
prove what I was doing for every level. And guess what, Ashley? I had to treat them just
Yeah.
like you had to do
Oh my God,
the
I would
reading.
pass away if I had to give you Reiki. Oh no.
But, and yes, there are some of my students that there's one in particular that we all know. He was taking level 3, yes, the master level 3. And he decided to use me as the example for the final.
Wow.
And I backlashed the the energy. So he was like, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I said, well, yeah.
Uh-oh. I really, guys, I got to take animal Reiki with her, and that was amazing to know that I can help my pets if they're like, not feeling
Yeah.
well or they're just having a bad day. I have the right tools to do that, and it's so cool.
And Reiki is one of the ways you could connect to them to actually talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you have that energetic connection, then you could hear what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean with these ears, people. Yes, they
Right.
meow, but I'm talking about the inner ear,
Mm-hmm.
because that's very important. A
Right.
lot of the times, the same way you communicate with a ghost, you communicate with a being, you communicate with a cat or your plants.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
have a plant who told me that it didn't like the area it was in. So I picked up the plant and I was in going through the whole front of the center. Okay, do you like it here? Do you like it here? Do you like it here? And over suddenly, when I said, "Do you like it here?" it kind of like gave me a yes because it didn't feel negative. The energy,
Right.
I put it there, and now it's growing.
That's amazing.
And it's an aloe plant, which is not supposed to have direct sun, and it has direct sun.
Wow. They say you're supposed to like talk and sing to your plants. It makes them grow better. They want to be interacted with, you know.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
living just like us, you know.
exactly,
Just a little
exactly.
different.
Just like like crystals, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could charge your crystals in the full moon, or you could just do Reiki like I do to my crystals, because I may need them at any given moment, and the
Mm-hmm.
full moon isn't always available to us, only about
Right.
once a month, sort of. So that's something also that everything is energy, and everything is good. That is
Mm-hmm.
revolving energy. Um, so for those, oh my God, I just got to put was this is what she calls me.
Grandmaster Flash. I love it. Oh my
So
goodness.
while I'm going and taking these attunements for Reiki, some of those levels are um, also come with galactic energy. So,
Ooh.
for example, there's a level that's all about divine love.
Mm-hmm.
And divine love is, of course, the creator level, right? So,
Right.
in that energy, you create everything for healing within that energy, within that level.
Ooh.
So everything is really, everybody thinks everything is all separate, but it's not.
Mm.
It it's all energy, and that's why to I was able to study. Besides the fact that I'm a glutton
Mm-hmm.
for punishment, I just keep going and going and going. Uh, you know, what can I say? And then
I feel like once you start, it's like addictive. It's
it
you gotta just
is.
know. Like I want to know more, and I'm like, Linda, I need to know this, and she's like, okay, pump the brakes. You gotta come here first. You gotta do this first. I'm like, but I want to be here.
They want to jump
It's
to shamanism. I said, "Do you know shamanism?" I said, a long course. It's a
mhm.
commitment. It's going to be a lifestyle. It's not going to be a 1, 2, 3 class here.
But it's coming, guys. I
It
think we
is
finally
coming.
got
It
her.
is
We
coming. It is
begged long
coming.
enough.
I teased them with a little of the description, and there were all the students that wanted were like, "That was
Yes,
it."
we're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cheering.
But it's got to take place properly.
Hmm.
Divine timing. That's all I could
Yeah.
say. Divine timing.
But it
So
is, it's addictive. Like you want more, and then you realize once, especially when you start seeing it flourish and everything, like you try something and oh my God, it actually comes to life, and you're like, holy crap, I want to
well,
do it again.
it's like paranormal investigation.
Yes.
Right?
Oh God.
When you go to a paranormal investigation, if you are in tune with the energy, you're
Hmm.
able to get more experiences, better experiences, and you're able to get more positive experiences. The
Hmm.
chances of you being attacked or anything like that are
It's
unlikely
slim.
because you go with respect and you go
Yeah.
with good intentions in there.
Right.
So
All
that's
my practice really helped because that day at the Native American site, I was like, "There's a woman." We were in the pitch black dark, and I was like, "There's a woman in the corner." And as soon as I said it, the ball started going off, flashing, and I was like, "See?"
yeah,
I was like, "She's over right there," and it flashed again. I was like, and it was because I had taken these classes and I've really put in the work, and I'm
yeah.
like learning. I'm still growing. I'm still not, I'm still growing every day.
I'm
But
still
that
growing.
moment, I was just like, "Oh my God, look at me." I want more. It's exciting. Like Farron was too. The first time you hear EVP or you see something
Oh yeah.
new, you're jumping. You're like, oh my God, it's addictive.
Well, yes, it is addictive because your mind goes. There is
Hmm.
something else.
Yep.
For me, uh, it although it is addictive, it isn't as addictive as it is for uh, others because I've been seeing beings all my life.
Yeah.
So to me, seeing an archangel when I thought everybody saw them, and I
Hmm.
find out no, not everybody sees them. Oh, Am I
Yeah.
crazy? No, my mother's like, no, you're not crazy. You're just gifted. Oh, okay. And then she made it a point to say, you come and talk to me about those things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep everybody else out of the conversation. And I didn't quite get it, and when you're growing, you're growing and you're growing, you're like, oh, okay, now I understand better. People would
Mm-hmm.
have put you away. You're in a
Yes.
insane asylum if
And
so
you still, even today, we have people, you'll say something and they're like, they don't believe you.
no.
But then when it happens to them, they come back, oh my God,
Yeah.
guess what happened? I'm like, really? You don't say. you know, respectfully.
Respectfully, yes, I know.
It's people have to see things with their own eyes. That's what it comes down to. Unless they physically are seeing it, they get skeptical.
And they have to remember, you have faith in, say you're religious and you have faith that God exists, God is
Yeah.
everywhere. So how can you say you don't see things?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I am sure that there's a feather that appears to you, or there's a light that appears to
Mm-hmm.
you, or in a moment of crisis, you see, Jesus's face.
Yeah. Or you
Oh,
prayed and it came true. You prayed
yeah,
God or whoever you're praying to, please
yeah,
help me. Next thing you know, bam, unexpected money hits or
exactly.
that job or whatever it is, abundance or whatever.
Exactly.
And you're
Exactly.
like, so it's all it all
It's
it's
just
a
that
process.
unfortunately we have been put in a box to
Yeah.
only see up to what that box is allowed to
Mhm.
expand to, you know.
Yeah.
So,
That and demons get so much credit.
oh God.
Like they get so much credit. I'm just like the people come to me like I have a demon in my home and I'm like, really?
Uh, uh,
Okay.
Call Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm like, well, keep it over there. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course I'm always gonna help, but I'm just like,
Yes,
no.
but
But usually it's not.
people, you have studied demonism,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Demonology.
Yeah,
Yeah,
demonology.
and I grew up in it, so I didn't have to study.
Right.
Um, but not everything is a demon.
Mm-mm.
Not everything
A lot of
is.
times it's just grumpiness. There's some
Yeah,
spirits that get a little grumpy, and if you were grumpy in this life, you're probably grumpy in the afterlife.
and then you have people who come into your home that you built, right?
Right.
Like, and
I
change everything.
I tell them, I'm like, could you imagine you worked 50 years of your life, your house is immaculate, and
Yeah,
then you don't understand the concept of time because you die and there's no time now. And
right.
then years go by and somebody's like, you know what, I don't like this wall. I'm gonna knock it down. I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, oh no, you're not.
And without even saying, hey,
Yeah, is it
I,
okay?
I'm gonna do this. Do you mind? I'm sorry, but the building, we got to fix the building before the whole house falls down. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be, we need more room. We're a growing family. We have a lot more kids than you did. Whatever the case may be,
Right.
and like in my house, it was an attorney who built it in the
Wow.
late 1800s.
Wow.
Okay, so he it's got the 10-foot ceilings, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, woodwork everywhere, the original woodwork of wood that you cannot even obtain now.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I first went in there to start doing, bringing the house up to date, because it in some places they had the little
Mm-hmm.
round thing, it was like, ooh, I don't like that. So, there was a lot of things I had to get done
Yeah.
to the house, but I loved it because it had spirit, it has soul. So
Yeah. I
when I
feel it.
walked in, first thing first, we went to see the house, and my daughter said, "You do know there's two kids in the garage attic?" I said, "Yes, I know. Thank you for letting me know." And she's like, "Okay, just they're not danger or anything. Just they're there." I'm like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah.
okay,
This is
uh,
comfortable for them.
yeah, right." So, and then what I had to do was tell everybody to go to the attic. Don't disturb the other floors.
I like
Eh,
that. You
eh,
got your
eh,
space. I got
I got
mine.
mine. Yeah.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, exactly. I may have to bring somebody up here every once in a while because the electrician or the person to fix floors or whatever the case may be, or I need to bring, or somebody needs to bring something for storage up here in the attic, but we will let you know, FYI, we're we're up here, we're coming, and
It's all
the whole
good.
thing. Yeah, but I had friends, neighbors before
Hmm.
she died. She passed away. Well, this one particular woman, she would go up to my attic because it's a walk-in attic, and then you have the floor right
Hmm.
here. She would walk up to here and say, "Okay, I'm done," and walk back down.
Oh
Now,
wow.
this woman was Spitfire. Okay, so
Hmm.
I don't even know what she was afraid of going up past that, but she was really into the old wood and all that other stuff. And every
That's
once in a
so
while,
cool.
yeah, every once in a while she would say, "Oh, let's go over there." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." She would go up just up to here. I'm like, "Go ahead." No, that's okay. I've seen everything. Okay.
Yeah. The
I,
energy
I
shifted.
I do have a gargoyle up there.
Nice.
Yeah. It's on a peak and it's huge and filled with chocolate. All right. So I'm going to just put it out there. For those that don't know, this woman needs to have chocolate for everything.
Hmm.
If she feels good, she has chocolate. If she doesn't feel good, she has chocolate. If she's asleep, she has chocolate. If she's doing medium shift, she needs chocolate. If she's not doing medium shift, she needs chocolate. Anything that's chocolate, and the only way that she gets away with it sometimes in mediumship is when certain uh, spirits want to talk to her, and she's like, "No, I don't want to talk to you today." So she fills it up with chocolate because they tempt her with chocolate cupcakes or
Uh-huh.
Reese's
She be
or
falling for it.
right. And we always laugh because we could tell
Yes.
when they're being offered to her. She gets that oh look.
I teased her, I texted her, I was like, hey, I made triple chocolate brownies. It's like, why do you do this to me? It's like I just,
Did she call you a lot of names or?
not physically to me, but I'm sure she's saying it on the other end of the phone.
I am sure. I am sure.
I don't blame. I'm not. I deserved it.
Yeah, well, but it's fun every once in a while.
No, guy,
It's fun.
mediumship is a lot of fun, and I love the fact because the very first time I went, I was really nervous because I was,
Hmm.
wasn't sure if I was good at it or not. But what I will say is, no matter what level, Glenda, not only Glenda, everybody in that room, brings you up, makes you feel comfortable. Like, oh my God, you do so good. No matter what you get, what you don't get, they really
Yeah,
make you feel like you're in a safe space, and that's what I
yeah.
love most about our sessions. It's
And
like family.
that's the idea is to create that safe space so you can be open to continuing to learn, to continue to using your gifts because your gifts were given to you for a reason, not to
Hmm.
store them away in an old trunk in the basement somewhere in the corner, but to use them to not only better yourself, to
Hmm.
ascend, but to also help those around you. You
Yes, it's so
know?
cool when you get that message and it clicks in there. Like, oh my God, I haven't heard from that person in however many times, and
Yeah.
it's really good. I really enjoy it, and I've really grown a lot because starting out I could probably only get like a color maybe at first, and now I'm getting a lot more. It's really grown.
Don't let her lie to you. She got a lot more than first class.
Well, compared to some other people in the class, I was very new.
Yes,
But
you were
no,
new, but
it's
you
it's
give it a
very
try, you
welcoming.
continue, right? So,
Hmm.
and I just want to repeat for those that are coming in late because I see that some people are coming in late. Uh, the guests for tonight, unfortunately, they have really bad storms over there, and their internet is not working properly. They couldn't do anything. They could hardly even get emails. So they will be here. Bill Holman will be here next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, just come back and he will tell you all about that crystal skull that he
Hmm.
is in charge of, he's the caretaker of, and it goes with him everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, his story is awesome. I enjoyed the first time you had him on. I'm
It's
excited.
like, and they're coming to New York, but they're coming too close to Pennsylvania border.
Ooh.
Yeah. What's the name of that? Uh, it helps me live. Yes. So they're coming to. Oh my goodness, what's that town that is all about psychics and spiritual? Lilydale.
Mm.
They're coming to Lilydale next weekend. So they're going to
Ooh.
be 3 days. Unfortunately, I found out too late to rearrange schedules, but otherwise, I would have definitely been there. So
I get
I
the
get
stuff.
touch base.
And please don't forget, guys, tomorrow is empath.
Yes,
That'll be fun.
empath activation and clearing. And like I said, you will get instructions after the class on how to take care of the activation that I just did on you because it'll be integrated into you, your psychic, your DNA. So it will basically build a fort around you, a heavy duty shell, a barrier, whatever you want to call it. So if you activate it every day, you will not have to deal with anybody else's emotions. You will know if they're angry or if they're sad. You will know that they're, but you're not going to carry what's not yours,
Mm.
basically, because that drains us.
Mm-hmm.
That will drain you. That will give you depression. That will give you, where you don't want to do anything. It's just a whole slew of things that don't work for you because
Mm-hmm.
this is all about continually working on yourself. Nobody's an expert. I'm not an expert. I don't consider myself an expert. I consider
Mm-hmm.
myself a person in training, although a little higher up, but still in training. And I want to
Way
be in
higher
training.
up.
I want to be in training. Why? Because then if I don't feel like I'm in training, then I'm always doing with my ego. I'm playing with my ego. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's when it's not for greatest good, it's not authentic, it's not really to help for greatest good. It is for um it
Hmm.
is for to just feed your ego. That's
And the
it.
more you learn, the more there is to learn. It's like
Yeah.
it's never gonna end, right?
No, it's kind of like when you were in kindergarten, right? You learned
Mm-hmm.
certain letters, certain numbers, the whole thing, and then you got to second grade, and you're like, "Wait, I just learned that." Yeah, but there's more, and then there's more,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's more, and then there's this math and that math and the accounting and economics, and you take it, you completely go blah, 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 and you're never done, and that's okay
Yeah.
because first it keeps you young, right? Keeps you
Mm-hmm.
going. It keeps you up to date. You don't get old and stuffy and stagnant.
Yeah.
And your energy actually continues to flow.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't carry your past with you because you start to let it go. You carry only
Yes.
the present, and that's it. And the
Mm-hmm.
future, are able to set goals because you're able to actually see them coming into
Mm-hmm.
fruition.
You're not being
So,
weighed down. So
yeah.
beautiful when you can let it go.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Now, I do want to say I am very blessed for everyone that sees me on YouTube. I got YouTube messages, I got Facebook messages, Instagram messages, LinkedIn messages, TikTok messages for my birthday. I want to say
Hmm.
thank you. I also got texts and emails and all that other stuff, calls, but thank you. You made my day, my weekend, my month beautiful, perfect,
Hmm.
and really enjoyable. Empaths unite. Okay.
Yeah.
So, don't forget, tomorrow night, still time. I will repost it everywhere again. And if you can't find it, just contact me directly. If you know Ashley, contact Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of us, they'll direct you, believe me. But
Mm-hmm.
if you go to my website, you can find it. Glenda's Magical Creations, and you'll see right on that first page to the right hand side, it says special classes. Hit that little link there, and it will direct you to all the special classes that I have going right now, and
Mm-hmm.
services, special services too. So, oh, we talked about just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we all we could say is we love you. We love what you are all becoming
Mm-hmm. You're beautiful.
because especially me, I see all my students blossom, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so cool. I understand why my teachers, when my light would go on, they would be like, like they will all be inspired because you get inspiration from the light going on.
Yes. Yes.
So
Thank you for not choking me out yet. For my, for my hard headedness. A couple of grays.
well, I did
No, I'm
promise to
blessed.
get one of those long yardsticks that the nuns used to hit me with. And I might have to use it, even if it's distance. They know I could get to them.
Oh yeah. Oh no, she'll get to you distantly.
No
She has
matter
her
where you
ways.
are in the world, whether
She
it's
has her
this side of
ways.
the earth, the other side of the earth, or in another planet, I'll get to you. That's what all the traveling I learned how to do comes in really handy.
Mhm.
So again, Wednesday nights is Glenda's Dragons Den. Okay. The Sunday nights at 7 p.m. is channel messages from councils, Council of Light, Light Beings. Monday nights at 6 p.m., and this is all Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, is Reiki session. And I'm trying to do every week a different theme. So,
Mm.
right now that's what I'm trying to do. So, but it still works no matter what you need, because you're the receiver and your team works with you. So I'm just sending out the messages. I'm not the healer, I'm just the conduit for healing, and that's it. And then starting July 8th is Cosmic Conversations on Tuesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So figure that out, whatever time zone you're in. And thank you, Ashley, for joining me today.
Thank you. I had fun.
Of course. Thank you for Jaja and
Yes.
Kristen and everybody else that joins in. Um, and, whoever, Crystal, everybody else. I really can't read all the messages, but
Hmm.
I am thankful and grateful. And please don't forget to look me up. If you have any questions or anything, I answer all my emails personally, and my messages personally, just so
Hmm.
everyone knows. I don't have a team to do that because I choose to put in that person to person, energy to energy, direct. And that's the way I work.
Hmm.
I may get help to do videos, but not the answering personally. That I
Yeah.
like to handle myself. And with that being said, next week, Bill Holman will come back. And
Hmm.
we love you all. Bye
Bye.
now. Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
great week.